Hi guys, it's Robert from DogWorks Training Company at Alaska DogWorks. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to log on to your pup portal and work your way through the Ascent course. By now you should have gotten an email that gave you a login and a password, as well as other initial instructions to get you started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get to work. So right off the bat you should see this screen here with a picture of Thor, a yellow lab. And it will say your username and email address. This is the information that was in that email that we sent you. Make sure you enter that email and password that we did. I have mine pre-saved. I encourage you to do that, especially if you use a Mac. Bear with me because our internet's pretty slow out here at Willow. So this is what is called your dashboard. This will be the first thing you see every time that you log on. I'm going to go over a couple of quick things here that are important. First off, on the left side, you're going to see your navigation bar. When you click here, the dashboard, it will take you right back to this page. The members area are people that are currently on, if you want to communicate with them, text them, whatever. Projects is a old part of our program that we used to use before we switched over. Disregard that for right now. Shop is where you can order your gear. We'll talk about that in a second. Contact us. We'll shoot us an email. The pack sessions are very important. We'll talk about those in just a second. And right here with this wrench will be the course that you're enrolled in. There's also another way to get to it. You can get to it by clicking right here. In the middle of your dashboard, you're going to see Welcome to the Pup Portal program site. Up top is a video of Michelle. Watch this first. I encourage you to watch this. It gives a little bit of insight about our program and how it can help you. On the right side is the PAC private Facebook group. I highly encourage you to join this program and become active. That is where our PAC sessions that are right over here live. So that is very important that you enroll in the PAC Facebook group. On the bottom left, you will see projects, and I am logged in as an admin. So these are all of the dogs that I'm currently the admin on. You will not see this. If you are an older client, you will see your dog's name. For example, if your dog is Louie, Louie has worked his way through the program and is 52% done. With Lily, Stevie and Kona, etc., etc. Over here, you're going to see the courses. You'll see Northern Lights, Ascent Program, Bike Joring. These courses here are the courses that you're logged onto or have access to. The only important one right now, since these other two are part of our Adventure Dog program, the only one that is important right now is the Ascent Program. I encourage you to only click on this link. And remember, you can access that same link by clicking over here. So you'll click on the link, and it's going to take you to the Ascent program. Up top, you will see a progress bar. This indicates how far you are in the class, as you saw on the home page with Stevie and Kona and Louie, where they're at in their program. It will show right here as well. And remember, this is my account, a dummy account, and I am 33% done through the course just by clicking around and playing with this to make sure that it all works. So as you progress through, it will increase as along the way. It will also show that you are in progress. This is the tile of our program here. It's the German Shepherd with the green and black border. Make sure that you see this when you're here. First thing I would like you to do is watch this video, and this will take you to a YouTube video about the Ascent program, and you can see that as well. Down below, you will see the course content. These are all of the lessons in the program. And as I said, I've only gone through lesson 3 in this dummy program to show you guys how it works. Over here, you can click on to expand all or shrink down. These will give you the lessons within a lessons, if you will. So on session 1, you will see understanding drive behaviors, loose leash walking, weight, meet and greet, etc. You can also collapse those if you need to. And then you can see all of the lesson content throughout the program. Okay, so let's go into our first lesson, which is getting started. Now, you do have access to the entire program. We are not limiting you to staying on session 1 for a week or session 2 for 2 weeks or whatever, but we highly encourage you to follow along on these sessions as they're meant to be. So session 1 should be the first week of your training, session 2 should be the second week, and so on. So before you have the ability to do any of the meat of the program, I encourage you to go to the Get Started. That is our first lesson in the course. So you'll click on that, the link, and again, it will show you the lessons here and the materials. Some lessons have materials, some do not. Materials are like worksheets or homework, flyers, if you will, of information that you can print off and hang on your refrigerator or whatever you'd like to do. You will see Welcome to Your Ascent program again. There's another video. I believe this is the same video that was on the previous page. And then it will tell you in pretty plain language on how to work your way through the program. Please read through all this. Of course, the red includes action, and then green includes a suggestion. So you have action steps here in the first part. A lot of these are links. You can call us directly. You can download different things here that's also up in the materials sections. You can subscribe to our podcast. You can join the Facebook group right here. You can order a leash here or over in the gear section, which is in our shop. You can also download and read the Understanding Drive Behaviors ebook. That is an action step, a very important step that you have to do. And again, we're highly encouraging you to join the PAC Facebook group. We have some podcasts that you can listen to here. And then the summary of the action steps. So the first thing that you do is download and read this Understanding Drive Behaviors ebook. You can do this and it will download on your computer. I encourage you to pause here, read that book. It's about 30 pages or so. And then save that to your computer. We're going to come back to that ebook time and time again throughout this program. After you have completed your action steps, downloaded the ebook, ordered the slip lead, joined the Facebook group, watched these podcasts, subscribed to our podcast, and downloaded your materials, and then of course, if you're applicable here, you're going to confirm your first in-person or virtual appointment. If you're just doing this on an online platform and you're not part of our Ascent program where you're meeting with us either in person or Zoom, you do not need to do this. When you are done, you're going to hit Next Lesson, which is over here. Now, it is difficult to read. I apologize for that. That has to do with the theme. It's not my text to be able to change, but these blue buttons over here will encourage you to go to the next lesson. You can also go to the next lesson by clicking on the green button down here. But as we say, hit the blue button, which is right here. And it's going to look very similar to the first one, the Getting Started lesson. Now, remember that ebook that I told you to read? This is where you're going to do your first little bit of homework. You're going to fill out the Understanding Drive Behavior numbers. You're only going to find these numbers by doing the quiz in the ebook itself. So you have to read it before you can do this. And it's going to ask you for your first name, your email, your dog's name, and then these numbers. And I'm going to do this just very quickly so you'll see what happens when we do. So I'll fill out this, again, just some dummy information. And then we're going to put my dog's name is Bodie, and then we're going to put different numbers here. Now we have our numbers filled out that we took from the ebook, and we're going to hit submit. and it's going to say, thank you for submitting your information. That is going to go into your contact record that we have, and either Michelle or one of our other pro trainers will utilize in developing the rest of your program. This is very important if you are doing in-person or Zoom sessions along with this program. So congratulations, you've now completed the getting started. Click the next lesson, which is right here. You can always go back to the previous lesson in this blue button, or in this green button here, as it shows with the hand signal indicating back. But let's go to the next lesson, which will take us to session number 1. And as it shows up here, I've already completed this lesson because it's a dummy course, as I mentioned. But as you're working through, you will see your progress in the individual lessons, which will then correspond to the overall progress in the course progress on the first page. Again, you will see it looks very similar to the others. You will see the lesson, you will see materials, you will have a video, and then it will give you an introduction to session 1. And then now you will see this looks a little bit different than the rest of them. It will have several videos that you can watch. These videos are going to teach you how to do the individual commands. For example, coming when called, session 1. Loose leash walking, session 1. Eye contact, session 1. Spin, etc. And then it talks about what's going to happen if you're going to meet with us in person or on Zoom. We have some suggested podcasts here, and we have all of the video transcripts, word for word, transcribed for these videos. That is very important if you are more of a visual learner than an audio or tactile learner. It will have all of these commands and suggestions, word for word, at the minute mark on how to do each individual command for the videos. And then as you work your way through, and these are pretty long and lengthy, but they're there, so then it will have the lesson content. Again, we're going back to the drive behaviors. That is a very important part of our program. If you click, and if these are not done, they will not be checked. So if they are done, they will be. If they are not, they will not. So we'll go back to loose leash walking, which is where we were before. Let's go back there so there's no confusion. Back one more time. Apologies, let's go back. Scroll back down to where the lessons are. And we're going to go into loose leash walking. And remember, these will not be checked if you have not done them. Now, an important note here is you can go back and do these over and over and over again. You just have to navigate back to the individual lesson content. So we'll click on loose leash walking. And then it will give a text summary of what it's all about, how to do it, etc. The leash we recommend, all of these instructions, pretty self-explanatory on how to teach your dog loose leash walking. Now, it's important to note here that this is our system here on how we will teach you loose leash walking when we meet with you either in person or on Zoom, whereas the short videos on the previous page were produced by our friends that we have over in England, and they helped us out because they have much better weather than we do in the wintertime, so they helped us out in filming those tutorials. So you have sort of two ways to do each command as you're working through. You have the video version, and then you have the text version. It's really up to you to decide which way is best for your learning. So as we finish loose leash walking, we're going to click next. And then we have the wait command. And again, it's right there. The seat belt we recommend. So if you are traveling with your dog, you may want to purchase a seat belt. Now, these are Amazon affiliate links for a lot of these things. So we get a little bit of money if you purchase through our site. Otherwise, it's just a recommendation from us. And here is meet and greet with some tips and tricks again. And we're, again, just working through session 1. And then immediately, as we click that blue button, it's going to take us into session 2. We're only going to go through session 2 here in this tutorial, but you're going to get the idea. Again, it will show you the lesson progress. I am at 100% because I've already been through this lesson myself. It will have a short video here to introduce you to the lesson. You will see a quick text introduction. You will see the videos for session 2. Please watch all of these. These are progressive, so when you're doing loose leash walking or settle or leave it or whatever, obviously by doing week 1 and making sure that that is very well proofed, as we call it, or very solid, you're going to make sure that that is done before you go to week 2. Remember, you should be doing this lesson not today, the same day you do session 1, but next week after you've had time to practice all of the videos and all of the lessons in session 1. You will have a reminder to set up your Zoom or in person if that applies to you. We have some suggested podcasts. We have the video transcriptions as we talked about in lesson 1. And then we will have the lesson content again for this lesson 2. And you will see if we've done them 100% complete, 4 out of 5 steps. Let's go to one of these again just to show you. And here is sit and down stay. You will see that. You will see down stay. You will see sit stay and some tips and tricks. A great way to practice this is while you're watching TV as a training opportunity on the commercials. Use the time to work on sit and down stays, working up to the length of each commercial. So, dog training should be real life stuff. It should not be, oh my goodness, I have to do this in the backyard, or I have to do it in the driveway, or I have to take my dog to Lowe's every single time that we do dog training. You can do a lot of our dog training system in incremental steps as if your dog is part of your everyday real life, just like this opportunity while watching television. So we'll click over to the next step since we've done this process, and it will immediately take us to the next item. And then we'll click again, and eventually it will take us to session 3 as it shows here. As I said, I have not completed lesson 3 or session 3, so I do not have any progress on my bar. And I wanted to show you that, to show you as you're working your way through what all of these graphics mean. And it looks exactly the same as it does on the others. Now, once you are done for the day, say you've worked your way through session 1, you've done everything that you needed to do, and you forgot to go join the Facebook group. What do you need to do? You can click right over here to Dashboard, and that will take you back to your dashboard. You remember seeing the video from Michelle and the PAC private Facebook group, which is right here, which you can access. Again, your courses, make sure you hit Ascent program. If you have other courses here, don't worry, just worry about Ascent program. Do not worry about these projects. Those are not important right now. The most important part of this program is your Ascent program. So this is your dashboard. Now let's talk a little bit about the PAC sessions. We do PAC sessions every Monday and Thursdays over on our PAC Facebook group, and these are key to your program. I believe we are the only company in the country that is offering this service. Every Monday and Thursday, we have Michelle, or one of our other pro trainers, Nicole, at this point, doing these PAC sessions with you, and they are video coaching. They are designed to have clients just like you log in and tell us your strengths, your weaknesses with dog training, an accolade or two, or what is going great. And then, of course, the idea is to bring people together so they can ask questions about particular topics. Maybe Jenny with Max is really struggling with loose leash walking in their neighborhood, and she comes on and she asks us a question, and we give her some valuable tips and tricks. And you may be struggling with the exact same thing with your dog. You may learn from Jenny and Max without having to wait till your next session or go outside of the program and check it out on YouTube or something like that. You may learn some of the tips and tricks from other dog owners just like you that are in different stages of the program. You can access all of our previous PAC sessions over here on the PAC Sessions tab, and that is the one with the little paw. Again, we do these every Monday and Thursdays, and then if we have content that we have uploaded, we will have it here. So we have March 3rd PAC session, that was with Nicole. We have February 24th. We have February 21st, which I believe was with Michelle, and so on throughout. And these are always available to every client that has a Pup Portal login. So these will accumulate as we're going. So we do not list what the topics are, but you may want to go back when you have time. And if something is intriguing to you, you may get tidbits as you go. So to get out of here again, click on Dashboard. Again, you will see the home page and all of that. And then up here, you will see your login. And if you'd like, you can see if you have any notifications, any messages, calendars, groups, etc. We don't use a lot of these tools, and of course, these tools will look different to you because we're the admin on this particular account. So if nobody's messaging you, obviously you won't have any messages. This calendar is for you. It is not for us. So you can add things to your calendar. Say that you want to put a reminder that you need to do session 2 on Tuesday at 11 a.m. You can go to this calendar and click over. Also, you can become friends with other users of the Pup Portal as well as groups. And groups typically are members that are in the same program as you are. And it looks like I have some notifications from friends or groups here. I have some messages from clients as well as notifications. Typically for me, notifications if somebody has logged in or they have been booted out for one reason or another. Very quickly, the friends here are all of these folks down here. We'll click out of this, go back to this. All of these folks down here are people currently in our Pup Portal. So currently we have 423 people from around the world that are taking part in this Pup Portal Ascent program, and every one of these profiles is a potential friend for you. So that is where those friends are. So again, you will not see this bar up here. This is the admin bar, so you will not see that. But otherwise, yours will look very similar to this. Now, it is important to note, depending on your screen size, things may change, as if we move this way or out that way, depending on your screen size. If you're using this on your iPhone, it will look very similar to this, where it will have these smaller blocks of text or tabs, but it will have all, and this will be a hamburger symbol, as they call it, so you will not see the navigation on your iPhone or Android. Those will just be a navigation bar that you will see. But otherwise, it looks very similar on an iPad, or on an iPhone or other smartphone compared to your computer screen. We highly encourage you guys to use a computer or laptop to do these programs just for the ease of use, especially if you're watching YouTube videos or trying to read the small text. It is so much easier to do this program from a computer versus your iPhone. So that is our tutorial. I'm going to stop share here. And if you have any questions, please ask us over on the PAC Facebook page, and we will do our best to help you out. One last thing is you're going to get a bunch of emails as you're working through to nudge you along. So if you do not log in into session 1, it's going to nudge you in 2 or 3 days and say, hey, Jenny, I see that you haven't logged on to your Pup Portal for session 1. Are you having issues? Shoot us an email or whatever. It will also nudge you along when you complete things. So it will say, congratulations for completing session 1. Are you ready to move to session 2? You can click this link to go to back to the login screen to pick up where you left off. Now, it is important to note that the password and your login is always your email. But it is also important to note that we do not have the ability to constantly change your password. You can do it on your own by clicking Forgot Password, and it'll shoot it over to your email. But we do not have the ability to constantly change your password. So please, please, please write your password down. This is not a site where we're going to sell your information, so your password is safe. All the password does is log you on to this pup portal. It is not doing anything else, so it does not need to be a super secret password that you need to hold in your pocket, so to speak. This is a password that will only access your pup portal. So I hope this tutorial worked, and if you have any questions, shoot us over questions and comments in the Facebook group, and we'll see you guys next time.